Why won't this work? Damn it. There it goes. Jesus Christ. Jeebus Christ. All right, sorry about that. Just screaming on the mic. It finally came to work there. We'll get the show started here shortly. About 1.4 minutes. 1.42 minutes. What's going on, y'all? We'll be starting here in about 1 or 2 minutes. What's going on, y'all? Happy hump day. It is no noise time. I am Z Rex. What is it? 1 o'clock on September 13th, 2020 Trace. Hope y'all had a good week. Sorry I missed y'all on Monday. Been real busy at the shop. I just couldn't squeeze in an hour there. I swear one day I will get better with my consistency. Just going through a little bit of a job transitional stuff. Anyway, enough about that. We don't care about that. We care about price action. We've got plenty of price action that might be warranting some bullish movements, possibly. Kind of feel like I'm stretching that a little bit. We'll go into it here in a sec. Let's just kind of scroll down the list. Nothing really that crazy. Nothing popping out. Pretty flat, boring day. Weed stonks were like the best thing pretty much of the last week or so. They had a little continuation Monday and Tuesday, but that got petered out, it looks like. But let's start with Mama Bear, and then we'll go and finish and talk about some of the individual stonks a little bit later. All right, start with Mama. Oh my gosh, let's get rid of our little hourglass guy. All right, so we just been going straight sideways for pretty much most of the time since mid-August outside of these few days here. And we did have the Bears attempt to break structure here on Monday on 9/11 there. They were trying to bring down the coin. But you can see, though, immediately the next day it matched and engulfed. I guess more matched, but this is like a tweezer bottom type pattern. And this is actually a pretty good response by the Bulls. And you can see it incrementally made a higher low from this one by freaking, I don't know, like $30 or something. But hey, it technically is a higher low still. So that was a very interesting defense by the Bulls right here. And you can see we are getting a little support printing down about 25 flat. Still, excuse me, I'm still like I'm kind of mostly neutral right now. Like I was talking about last week, until we really get back over 28,000 or comfy back below pretty much like 25, really 24 has kind of been that line in the sand. For me though, if we started even getting comfy below 25, I'd be looking for a breach of that. And conversely, above 28, I'd be looking for a breach of the top side here. And nothing's really changed much from last week on Bitcoin, except for this little tweezer type bottoming pattern, giving a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Giving us a little bit more confidence that possibly this is a low right here. So, You know, you could use this tweezer spot as like maybe an entry point and stopping out at the bottom of these candles right here at about 25K flat. I do think that that's like a warranted trade right here because that is less than 3% or roughly about 3% from where we are now. If we start getting comfy back above 26.5, I would look for at least a stab to 28, and then we'll have to reassess. But pretty good reaction so far by the bulls yesterday. And we are getting a little bit of follow through today, too. So let's go to futures, see if we got that. Yeah, look at that. Futures right off that 200. Very nice. Although a little bit lower. Is that technically a higher low? I guess if you use bodies, it's not. If you use tails, it is. So whatever. We're kind of splitting hairs there. Right on the 200. Nice reaction engulfing. If this got, again, just like spot price is showing us, getting back above about that 28K level, we should see continuation to the upside on this. But this is a pretty funky sideways pattern here. Just kind of doing little hills, the hump hills. I don't know if that's the technical term. Weirdly enough, we still got the bifurcation between spot price and futures and GBDC. GBDC still looks very constructively bullish here. Just has that major resistance at the 200, which you can excuse me, which you can clearly see right around $20, like the 20 handle. But we are just steadily climbing up this. This is respecting this trend line. It's respecting the higher high, higher low structure, which started around Christmas time, actually, last year. So this one's still looking firmly bullish, whereas spot price looks kind of neutral. It's like neutral with a slight bullish flavor to it. So still continuing that difference between GBDC and spot. BitO looks pretty much like spot. I don't know. We're not going to do analysis on this. I actually probably should just take this off because I don't know really why we don't really need to look at BitO. All right, removed. Oh, let's see. Nice on ETH too. Nice reaction here off that upper 1500 handle. So bulls doing what they're supposed to be doing. Is this kind of a sloppy H pattern? Yeah, you could argue that. Any price action below this little swing low in this tail at like 1550. Oh man, that starts to open up some real big trap doors. I mean, that's pretty much anywhere from 1300 to 14 and change. So if we did see that, I would be very cautious to Unicorn Shirt Man breaking down. Let's see here. We can see it did bounce off perfectly off of this little trend line cross. So, man, this is a real serious area at 1550. Futures not supported by the 200, so a little bit different than Mama Bear. Yeah, man, the futures on Bitcoin, or I'm sorry, on Unicorn Man don't look near as good. Best case scenarios, we're just testing the tops of this range right here where this little gap is. Oh, man, so 1550, y'all, very important level. Litecoin still needs to clear 64, so whatever. It's just kind of, it's looking pretty heavy down here. I mean, it's like fairly, oh my God, I can't even freaking talk today. To be fair, it's looking pretty nasty below 65. I mean, you're just back in this stupid range here, and that's been fuckery land for a while. I mean, what was that, from June to freaking December almost? So now we're just in sideways no man's land. Really need to get back above this 65-ish level. I'm going to be probably flying through these. Yeah, whatever. This chart has looked like shit for a while. I mean, just down. XRP, it's actually breaching. This actually is looking a little bit heavy too off the daily. Off the weekly, it's like okay, but it's still looking pretty testy. That 48 cent level is the level we've been eyeballing, and we are barely hanging on to that. So getting even comfy, I bet, below like even probably a 3 hour. Yeah, look at this. It was only below for what is this, like a day-ish? Yeah, about a day below there on the 3 hours. How about the 458? The 458 did a few too. So yeah, about a day under there, but the bears could not get any momentum. So far 48 is looking like some confirmed support. Again, we get any below that though, oof, watch a lay. I mean, this little tail at 43, and then below that, I mean, it doesn't really have great support until all the way into the upper 30s. XLM actually had a decent day a couple days ago. Looks like, oh, yesterday, though, gave it all up. Now we're just back in this stupid range here. Is it higher highs and higher lows technically on this small structure? Yeah, it is. And I mean, you could still argue that above about, upper 11s, it's okay. But just the lollygag is real, man. TRX, though, says, suck it, let's go. This one has been showing relative strength for a while now, Tron. And so we're actually continuing to get that. I love this EMA structure opening up to the upside. This looks really good. Going to about 8.2, 8.3 is the next major resistance area. Above that, man, woo, doggy. We could be going into our little blue box target over here with the first target about 10 cents. Dot sucks. We already known that. This thing's looked like garbage for a while. Bye-bye. Also, ADA looks like shit below 25 cents. Who cares? Link is barely holding on here. If it loses this 570 area, not good. Really need to get back above 620. EOS, maybe this is an H pattern. It just keeps just sliding down this freaking wedge, and it's out of it now technically, but maybe this is an H pattern. Really need to clear back above 60 cents to get excited on that one at all. BCH, hey, look, nice reaction yesterday. Trying to put in a little base here. Definitely like this intermittent shorter range is like 180 to 210. So until we start getting comfy below or above those levels, it's just in sideways mode. We got BSV doing the same thing, about 32 and about 28 and change. So nothing really there. Same here. A lot of these charts pretty much just look the same. We don't really have much to add onto a lot of price action, as it's just been lollygagging as F, dude. Let's see. Yeah, same here. Same pattern. 24 and about 26. Same thing here. 27 and 24 and a half. Hey, at least it's making it easy. We could just wait till the ranges break. Oh, man. Doge trying to get beat up, or not trying, is getting beat up by the 21. We do have downward slopes now on all of the dailies. Pretty nasty, pretty nasty. Back below 6 cents, man. That really opens the trap door to pretty much anywhere in the 5 cent handle with major support right at 5 flat. Is this some type of H pattern here? Yeah, possibly. Really needs to get back above 6.4 to kind of assume that. Nasty on STX. This thing has just been getting worked by that 21. Really need to get back over 48 cents. TrueFi, same kind of range as most of these other charts up here, ADA, DOT, and all those. 2.8 and 3.4. So until we're at a 2.8 or 3.4, it's just kind of ping pong mode. Don't really see anything too sexy about that chart. XRD actually does look, this is very sexy. This is kind of what we want to be seeing on some of these coins, especially shit coins. This is showing a little bit of relative strength to other shit coin pairs and getting pumped right to the top of this range. You can see here it got rejected on Saturday at about 6.4. But look, we're just retesting this consolidation base right here. So this actually could be a very good rebuy zone for longs. And you can see here too, yesterday we had the sell-off, nice candle structure right on top of this. This actually is confirming that this 5.5 level is being very well respected as of now for doubles. So still got some work to do. You can see on the weekly, that 6-ish cent area is definitely difficult for bulls to maintain. They start maintaining that for probably 3-4 days, daily candles. I would start to get pretty bullish on this, and I would ultimately look for a longer term target of probably like 7.5, something like that. V-Chain. Oh, snap. Look at this. V-Chain. Nice pampage. 11.5 percentile points. Pretty good. If it starts getting comfy above this 1.7, this actually could be a decent basing pattern. So V-Chain doing something a little bit different than all the other shit coins. So that is very, very nice. We might want to keep an eyeball on this one, guys. I'm actually going to put an alert on this. Let's go add alert. Crossing up. Bam. So we'll get alerted on that. All right, let's see. Atom is shit. Atom looks terrible below $7. Don't even care about it. Same with Osmos. Looks absolutely terrible below Man, wow, this thing's all the way to 32 cents. Holy shit balls, man. As soon as it lost 69, like we were talking about back over here on stream in the early summer, it's just been price discovery to death. It's falling down the abyss. This thing looks like absolute freaking garbage. At some point it won't. Maybe if we let's go to crack time frames. So the 3 hours trying to flip around. And you might be asking, well, how did you assess that? Well, I'm just watching this RSI here is trying to flip. Now, RSI will be the first one to flip. I put more weight on DMI, though, and we don't really have anything on DMI yet. So Osmo's looking like absolute freaking trash below 34 cents. TON is actually another one. TON and Tron, weirdly enough, are showing the most relative strength out of the coins we look at regularly. This actually looks very good above 160. I ain't got no problems with this. This is an attempt to reverse trend here. And this actually does look pretty good. Look at this. We got an open and close above the 21 weekly. How many things are doing that right now? Bitcoin's not even doing that. Ethereum's not even doing that. So you love Tron, you love TR. Hey, what's up? AT, how are you doing? I hope your trip was good, sir. Let's see. Are you back in town now? No, but this looks pretty good above 160. Obviously, there is major resistance at this trend line, but stabilizing above 160, would be very bullish and kind of could build a little flag right here. And ultimately, we want to see this breach of this trend line above about $2 roughly. ES, look at this, man. Is it barely holding on? Yeah, it is. Look at this little tap down here. Let's zoom in actually on that, on the crack time frames. Looks like that was right before the regular session opened, about an hour before it opened at 7:30-ish. Tapping that 4,500. As long as we're above 4,500, I have to lean bullish on S&P and just mark like traditionals in general. So above 45, nothing's changed from last week either. Looks good above 45. Really would like to see the bulls start building structure into this magenta candle over here above about 45.50, 45.60. So if we started seeing that, I would go into like more full bull mode. This is kind of like a cautiously bullish setup here, and any price action getting comfy below 4,500, I would start to really question the strength of said bulls. Man, very nice. Bounce off that 15. Look at this. This is pretty beautiful structure. Was this just a liquidation break? Look at this. Right out of right, we were just talking about the magenta candle working our way up into it on ES. NASDAQ is already doing it. Oh, what's up, Coy? Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Hey, it's Casey Lewis. What's up, man? Good to see you. But yeah, this is actually working into the magenta candle. This looks pretty damn good above 15.3 handle. Don't got no issues with that. It's already making higher highs, higher lows. Let's jump out to the weekly. Yeah, nice hammer last week above this rejection from any kind of selling from the bears. This looks pretty damn sexy above 15.3. And only below that short term, I would start to question the bulls. The Dow, not so sexy on the Dow. It's just like it's doing the Dow Doji dance up here for the last freaking 3-4 days. Yes, it does look fine above 34.7. And as long as it's above 34.7, I can't hate on it too much. I love these hammer candles right off the 21. And also the body's closing above all of this consolidation. That actually does look pretty damn sexy. And only below the that 34.5-ish area, then I would start to get concerned. But this looks pretty sexy there. Nice bounce off the 200 moving average for Russell. Very nice. 1850 and 1900. So nothing's changed about the targets and the range that we've been in since last week. So it's really pretty much dancing between that until we get either below 1850 or back above 1900. Until then, we're just ping pong mode. The trannies are selling off still. We are trying to put in possible little doji base here today, but right atop this business, that's actually a good spot. So 15K on this would help support the majors and the bulls there. Let's see what DAX is doing. God damn, DAX, what is this? All right. This is okay. So this is a little interesting for DAX. This pattern is funky as shit. has a new name. I don't know what kind of pattern this is, mega distribution potentially. But look what we're having now. So you've had this up, down, up, down, up, down, weak up. Look how weak this up was relative to all these other ones. It couldn't even get any strength to breach this 16K level. This might be a little bit of a clue that this might be getting ready to roll over. And this might be saying might one more time. Anyway, this is a sign that there's some potential underlying weakness in price action here. So if you are a DAX trader, I would definitely be cautious here. And I would actually be slightly bearish on this below 16K. Oh, China. What's China doing? Not really much. Kind of the range on it is 3,000 and 3,200. So it's kind of like ping pong mode. You can see there's a lot of business in between there. So maybe slightly bearish below 3,200. VIX is getting demolished. VVIX is getting demolished. VIX futures, that's probably just a roll. What's today? Yeah, that's probably just a roll on the contract. So that's not actually a spike to be like scared about. Yeah, here's the last one too. This happens a lot when they roll the contracts over to the next month. So not a big deal. Oil continuing its tear. Y'all already know what's up. As soon as this bitch has broke that 82, 83 level, it's just been mooning since. And we've been looking for the target of actually about here, upper 80s, and potentially like 92-ish, I think, is going to be a struggle to get over, with ultimate mega resistance at 95. Regardless, longer term, though, we are pretty much building structure in between this range of 83 and 95. So, that's our ping pong mode right now. Is it a little bit extended? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty freaking vertical. But hey, above $85, I ain't got no issues with this chart at all. Interestingly enough, I'm down here in Texas, but interestingly enough, gas prices have gone down in this time. So I don't know what the hell's up with that. That doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever. All right, Nat Gas still filling out its chart here. Is it getting a little weak? You'd think it would attempt it here, but it's still staying above this structure to the left and still looks pretty damn good above 260. Ooh, we're sitting at 269. Oh, yeah. But yes, 260 above that looks pretty damn good. And we are working our way into this trend line. We never got up to the 200. We were kind of looking for a test of the 200. Oh, my God. Sorry. I'm trying to... Hold on. The way the chart is built, because it sold off so hard, was just messing my zoom up. But anyway, you can see the 200 is aggressively coming down, and actually at this rate will be meeting up with it by the end of the month pretty much. So, man, it's already the 13th of September. Holy shit balls, man. Crazy. All right. But looks pretty good above 260. Really need to clear that 290 area. Bonds, what are they doing? Oh, they're trying to find a base here. Tap the bottom of the megaphone pattern, like the Jesus man, and found support. And it looks like we're finding support on that local low right now after today's candle. That's a pretty decent candle, implying that above 118.19 looks like a bit of support. Let's go TNX. Yeah, I'm sorry, TMF. Let's go to TNX. Yeah, look at this. Trying to get above that 430 area. That's what we were mentioning last week. Bulls are struggling to get over that. Above 430, though, I would start to get very nervous about the strength of the bulls and majors. But it looks like we haven't quite got to that point. They're trying. And we got about a week of price action up here, but not quite able to punch through. Euro, blah. Euro, whatever. Who cares about Euro? Gold. Oof, man, look at this. Squeezed like a mofo between 200 and the 21. Let's see here. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, so we're at the potential point of a breakdown here. Anything back below about 1910 probably gets us to the upper 1800s. And conversely, on the upper side, we really need to get back comfy above 1950 to build this chart out. This is going to probably have some pretty large moves here very soon. This is getting super squeezed. And just in the next week or so, we're going to have all these touch each other just by price action going sideways. So we should have resolution on this by the end of the month, at least in this smaller range of like 1920 and 1970 or so. Let's see. But gold has been known to just go sideways, so you never freaking know. Good old gold. And if rates do continue to pump up past 430, I would actually look for this to break down if that were the case. Silver getting smashed on again, testing this lower part at 22, upper 22 handle. Will it find support one more again? Oof, possibly. This is funky, man. Chop Fest 3000. I mean, really, it's that 24 and a half level to 22 and a half. That little $2 range is pretty much our ping pong range. And until we're out of that, probably need at least a whole week open and close above or below that range to get the Momo going either way. Platinum still down below 950. You already know below 950, not very sexy, but it is kind of holding on. So, yeah, I just don't care about it below 950. GDX, whatever. Yeah, they're still beat up. All right, let's go to Bitcoin mining stuff. Let's look at our Bitcoin index, miner index. Yeah, just getting worked. We do have pretty nasty slopes now on the 21 and 55. Losing that 370 area would be a little bit concerning for Bitcoin bulls. We don't want to see that happen if you're bullish on the BTC. Cores is still hovering. Man, 69. There's somebody in the books in the market just buying the shit out of 69, which is pretty hilarious. You already know meme power, baby. Oh, okay, so let's go look at some of your cars here. VSAT, what's VSAT? The Viasat, holy crap balls. Doesn't look good. Looks bearish as hell below 25 bucks. Just real quick off that weekly, let's go back. Oh, in time. Oh, this has been out for a while. Hold on. We're going to jump out to the monthly now. Is there pretty damn good support right here? Yeah, there is in the low 20s. What's your setup here? Short at 23. Okay. Stop at 25, target at 18. So 18 looks like you're going to the bottom of the range. Yeah, I think actually, that's not a bad trade because you're not getting too aggressive. You're just kind of trying to get the bottom side of this consolidation from back in the early 2000s. So that's not too shabby there. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, I mean, and I like this bearish below 25 bucks. I ain't got a problem. So you're at 25.35 stop. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good warranted trade there, buddy. Oh, Walmart. What's Walmart doing? Oh shit, Walmart's breaking out? What? Walmart's at all-time highs? Shut up. What? Dude, of course Walmart's at all-time highs. They're kind of getting into the Amazon game. I see their trucks all over the place doing the delivery stuff. So, hey, Walmart stays relevant to the market, that's for sure. This looks bullish as shit above 157. I cannot hate on this chart at all. We even have two open and closed monthlies above that mid 150 area. Woo, doggy. Hold on, let's go back to the weekly real quick. Oh, I don't have my horizontals on. Let's add those real fast. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I mean, this has been bullish as shit for almost this pretty much this entire year. Wow. All right. Well, I don't look at Walmart that much, but long at 166, stop at 155. That's perfect. I would say that's a really good spot, as we just mentioned. And with the price target at 185, 2-1. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's bad. Let's see what a fib extension is at 281. Where would that kind of put at? COVID stonks? Oh, shit. You trying to get COVID again, dude? Bruh. 185 is pretty aggressive. That's all. That's way up here at the 3618 from this consolidation here. That's probably a little bit aggressive, but I mean, this thing is this chart looks pretty damn sexy. I don't see any bearish divergence or nothing. Even on the 3-hour looks fine. So I think that's a pretty fair trade, man. I don't hate that one either. COVID stocks. Of course you want to look at COVID. All right, let's go to weed stocks real quick because I think this has run its course. I sold everything I had on Monday and Tuesday morning. I just liquidated all of it because, we were talking about this on stream, looking for this stretch up here to the trend line in the 200. I'm not going to hold something after I've been in from down here to up here on freaking 5 days and on a news article pump of the HSS doing or recommending Schedule 3. That is huge news, no doubt. And like I said last week, this is the strongest that weed stonks have looked in a long time. I mean, we're trying to get over the 21. This is the potential to actually put in a real base right here. Now, is that confirmed quite yet? No, it is not. But this is easily the best attempt that we've seen in, I mean, maybe you could argue this one right here back in November, but really it's the best attempt in the last 2.5 years. And you can really clearly see that on MJ too. As we talked about, I'll just do it real quick. Looking left, you always want to look at structure, and you can see every time it did rally and looked pretty good, it would never get over the previous high of structure. Did it here, did it here, did it here, it did it here. I mean, it's done it so many times. But this time, though, it actually did breach previous structure and almost even breached the previous structure. I don't know, whatever. Previous squared, whatever it is. This actually looks pretty good. And look, we're above the trend line. We're above the 200. We have not been above the 200 MA since over here back in November of 2020, y'all. So this is not no bullshit price action to sneeze on. I'm out of all my longs now, but I will be looking to reload after some time goes by to kind of let the market digest all this. One thing that is pretty noteworthy, if we take out this big volume spike back over here in February of 21, we are getting lots and lots of volume consistently since pretty much this entire month. So for almost 2 weeks, we are getting massive amounts of volume. The only way I would start to get concerned about this is if we started, and this is an ETF too, so this is good for like general market analysis on the sector. So if we started losing this 360 area, I'd start to get a little bit concerned. Now, what would be hilarious is just that I just noticed that we're at 420 right now. We're finding support at 420. How funny would that shit be if this found support around 420 before continuation? That would be hilarious. But anyway, yeah, very nice move by the weed stocks. I really hope some of y'all caught some of that crap. And this one I bought late, actually. I bought this one last week because it was like, wait, why is Aurora out of all the weed stonks not pumping? It was just late to catch up. And that happens sometimes in weed stocks and on shit coins too. So when we actually flip into a confirmed bullish posturing on Mama Bear and Unicorn Shirt Man with crypto, then you can start doing the same thing, and it applies very well to that scenario, to that sector. And again, just like we're seeing above the 200. So nice price action. We just need probably will need about a month to go by before we can do confirmation on that. Just want to look real quick over here at some of these real fast. Yeah, whatever. Tesla. Wow, Tesla's up. Shiite. Nice, Tesla. Man, clearing 280 on Tesla looks pretty damn sexy. All right, this guy wants to look at freaking COVID stocks, dude. You want to COVID stock it, dude? All right, let's go. Regeneron. Actually, this one's been pumping the entire time. So that's pretty funny. It literally has not let up since COVID happened. It's at all-time highs and looks bullish as fuck above 730. Crazy times, man. What the hell? So Regeneron is killing it right there. So that one never even sold off. You didn't have any dips really to buy on that. Codex for the on the flip side, though, is pretty nasty. Just off the chart, though, looking left, it's got really good support right over here at about $1. So as long as this is above $1, it actually looks pretty good. This candle, these two candles right here, pretty nasty. So maybe the range is like $1 to about $1.30 till it's out of that range. The momentum is pretty sideways, especially when you have lots of business over here looking left. Well, here's a little pumpage. Interesting. Kind of rejection, though, so far. It tried. Looks okay above like 420. So above that, it's okay. Let's go to a more known COVID stonk. mRNA. Ooh. Nasty. That's not really that good. What is this fib retracement here? Wow, right around the 382. Interesting place to stall. If this thing could close back above like 119-ish, if this got comfy back above 119, I could see it run into 150 pretty easily. Pretty interesting chart. Getting a little pumpage here today. I know there's been COVID fucking articles all over the place now. Here we go. Yay. So exciting. But a back just chart wise above back above like 118ish. This actually would set up pretty bullish and look for a target of like 150, I think minimum on that. Novavax, this is a base for sure, and it's just been hanging around in this gap right here too. So that's kind of interesting. And also, just like mRNA, looking left right before the COVID pump, it is finding decent support right here after it did this whole round trip move. Ouch, brutal. I'm a genius. I'm the best. Why am I not making money? Oh, what the hell? I lost my house. That happens way too often. Don't trade off your egos, man. That's not good. And hopium is not a trading strategy either. This does look pretty decent above about $6 though, as a potential basing pattern. Yeah, $6. I mean, we can box this off pretty easily, right? You can see that. It's pretty clear. So until we're either below 650 or above like 10, it's really just ping pong mode. What's Pfizer doing? Pfizer is way down. Also, though, testing. Let's go to the monthly on this. Testing a very important cluster in consolidation. Something that it actually went sideways for a few years, really. So this should be some really good support here in the low 30s. Let's go back to the daily. We don't really have bearish or bullish divergence anywhere, nothing. I mean, it's actually still pretty bearish setup on the daily. So until it really cleared this like 36 level and started getting comfy back above there, I don't think that it's the best looking chart. Yeah, you could look at the weekly and say, hey, there's some pretty good support here. But yeah, you're not getting any daily confirmation yet. Even getting back above 35 and building the chart back in this range would look pretty good. But right now, it's a little bit hairy. Just a little bit. CRS? Oh, hell, what is this? Carpenter Technologies? Why, hello. That bitch is mooning. It's mooning. Is it all-time highs? No, not quite. All-time highs are at about $80 roughly. Looks like. Yes. Yes. $80. Hey, look, your price target's right at all-time highs. Not too shabby. 63 is your stop. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good setup. What's your long? Oh, you just bought today at the top of that? Okay. Man, you always got some balls, man. I like that you do trend trading, though. And you kind of wait for breakouts or breakdowns, so that's pretty cool. Does take some good discipline to do that. But yeah, lots of resistance at 80. Even really like 79 is just shy of 80. So if that was my trade and I put it on and one day it got to like 79 or like somewhere around there and it maybe was showing signs of stalling, I'd probably take it off. But I do like your stop, and generally that setup is pretty good there, man. Not too shabby, sir. All right. What else do we want to look at? Mushroom stocks. I was looking at these last night, just on the backs of kind of weed, moving a little bit. Is mushroom stocks going to be a thing right here? I kind of think that they are. I mean, let's extend this box here. Look at this consolidation here, man. This ain't no joke. This is all the way back to October, so pretty much about a year now that we've been just lollygagging on this base. And you can see the bulls do have the momentum off of both oscillators. We do have it also on the daily, and we're right on top of the 200. I mean, we're about to have the Chrono Cross, one of my favorite setups in TA. And so, hey, I don't know, just some food for thought. I think watching these is definitely warranted. Very interesting posturing on both Compass and MindMed. So yeah, just something to kind of keep an eye out. And as long as this thing's holding about 380-ish, looks pretty damn sexy. And as long as this one's holding about 870-ish, also looks pretty damn sexy. All right. I think that's it, really, that I wanted to share today. Let's just look at some car companies real fast, because they've been having some struggles. That's an interesting chart for Ford. You got this horizontal of death at around $14. Good support though at about 11.5. Interesting. What's GM doing? Kind of the same style, sideways. How about Hyundai? Hyundai has actually a Chrono Cross on the weekly. Ooh, look at this. Let's ratchet down. Interesting. I actually like this chart above 36. This is actually a pretty nice chart right here. Hyundai. Very interesting. Okay, Hyundai. Okay. Hyundai. However you say it, I don't know. But I like it above 36 guy. Yeah, very nice. This actually is a pretty good looking chart here. Okay, Q. Ouch. Used parts are dying. I want this to sell off because I want to buy some of this shit for longer term positioning. So yeah, let's bring this bitch down to like $10 so I can get some. That would be cool. Ferrari. What the frick? Ferrari's making moves like this? Actually looks real good above 270. What the hell, man? How about Toyota? What's Toyota doing? Oh, Chrono Cross on the weekly on Toyota too. Man, are the car companies about to make some comebacks, dude? Uh-oh. Well, let's go to the monthly. Uh-oh, look at this. Toyota, one of the best cars made. Above 150 looks pretty damn sexy. Definitely a lot of resistance about where it's at, about 185. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, this actually does look really good though. Above short term or I'm sorry, long term on the weekly is about that 150 level, which is kind of deep right now. But if you use the daily, you could kind of use this little cluster here and kind of over here too. I know it's a little sloppy looking chart, but above like mid 160s actually looks pretty good. What's Volkswagen doing? Holy shit! Okay, so Volkswagen is not looking very good in the car world. Ouch! Talk about major round trip. I'm a genius. Oh crap! I live in my truck, dude. So this is interesting chart. Will this be a buy here coming up soon? Possibly. The 12 handle looks okay for entry. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty chart. What is the 6 billion? Oh wow, pays almost a 5% dividend. Shiite. Okay. Kind of low volume for Volkswagen, but interesting chart here. Is this trying to base right here at like 13? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Is this trying to base at 13? Yeah, you could argue that. You definitely could. And this actually wouldn't be that bad of a risk to reward entry here. You're only about 4 or 5%. And I think if this thing did get some legs, we could target at least the bottom of this trend line, which is 2 to 1 right there, roughly. So interesting. Car stuff might be something to be watching here, especially that Hyundai chart. Very nice. And the Toyota chart also looks pretty good. This Group 1 automotive chart also looks pretty sexy. Interesting. Above 228. Auto World, baby. All right, let's see here. Anything else? Let's go to top traded. Let's go look at Apple. Did it keep selling off? Ooh, watch out, y'all. We saw this big magenta candle of doom last week, rallied right underneath it to the 21. Looking kind of bad, man. Below 173 probably gets us to the 200. So watch out on Apple there. If that starts happening too, we might actually have the NASDAQ roll over since Apple's like 93% of the index. Let's see, Microsoft. Hey, I like this bounce off the 21. Looks pretty good above 320. Obviously, major resistance at 345. So you got this funky ass pattern, kind of like the DAX does. This weird, funktastic shit. So really, I'd say it's kind of ping pong mode between 320 and 340. AMD kind of just dribbling down. Cisco kind of dribbling down. Oh gosh, Boeing dribbling down. What's Nvidia doing? Nvidia is continuing to make bearish divergence since this gap on earnings. We've already gone through the next earnings cycle, but literally it has 3 months of negative divergence printing. If this thing loses this trend line and also 420, which is kind of funny, that's splitting all these hairs. If it loses 420 or this trend line, whew, man, I'd be looking for this gap to fill. That's for sure. That actually might be a decent trade to do like a butterfly somewhere in this gap. Maybe around like 340, 350 butterfly there, like a put butterfly. That could be a really good trade. SPY, we don't care about that. We already look at that. Shiite. Let's see. JPM. Intel's breaking out. Whoa. Filled this gap right over here. Let's see. Shit, that looks pretty good, man. If we can just consolidate here above 36.5, Intel actually has a pretty sexy looking chart, man. Interesting. All right, Intel. Intel's pretty damn bullish above 36 half, man. Nice. Nice, Intel. Get it. Get it in. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Type your ticker in the troll box now or forever hold your bag. Let's see, man. Let's see. Anything else? Platinum. No, we don't really care about that. All right, so yeah, we're gonna just do the wrap up now. And put in the tickers if you want me to put them up in the wrap up here. GC1. Anthony, you have to be here for the stream when we do the regular rundown of the list. I always cover GC, bro. God, dude. I don't even know what the hell that first one is. USCS. Oh, are you trying to do a ratio? Oh, I know what you're doing now. Your freaking Schiller index thing. I know what you're doing now. I know what you're doing now, bruh. All right, we'll pull this chart up for whatever reason. I'm not sure exactly what you see in this chart, but it looks like it only wants to let me do this on a week or monthly. Okay, well, I guess that works. Whatever. Gold and real estate move super slow, so that makes sense. USCS HPI. I just don't really understand the allure of looking at this chart. I don't really see the advantage of it. Maybe you can help me visualize that or see it. But I mean, if I was just looking at this as I don't know what this is, I'd be like, oh, this is looking pretty bullish above 15. Looks pretty decent above 15. Really needs to clear though, like 18 to get sexy time, and I can't zoom in or look at anything else. But yeah, I don't really know like how to assess or how to apply this to market stuff. You know, for real estate and all that, I'd rather just look at IYR, the real estate ETF. I'd rather just look at that and gold individually. So I'm not really sure exactly the benefit of looking at gold in the Schiller index, which actually looks almost like a false breakout, to be fair, as I pull up and have this rounded top that I've had drawn on here for probably 5 years or some shit, a really long time. Interesting that it almost looks like it's a false breakout. Housing could get real bearish off IYR chart if it lost like 76. But yeah, maybe you can add some stuff into the benefit of analyzing analyzing the Schiller and gold index. Would love to hear that. Maybe type it in the other chat that we're in too if you want to do that. Because I just don't really see the like what am I going to do with that chart? You know, like buy gold and sell real estate. I'm not sure if you're pairs trading or exactly the angle there. All right, Mama Burr. What's this bitch doing? Trying to base out here again. Like I said earlier, I like this little tweezer bottom type candle, solidifying kind of this mid 20,000 area as some really good support, which we've already been knowing for a long time, even well before all this. 24K has been a very critical point of contention for a hot minute, that's for sure. And as long as we're kind of holding here and ping pong in between, 24, 25, and 28. It's like slightly bullish with a little bit of with probably mostly neutral flavoring. And actually, I didn't follow up on this. We have 3 weekly open and closes below the 21, which does suck. And that is kind of officially in a bearish mode. The problem, though, with this is that it's on major uber mega support right here. So generally, I would flip totally bearish in this posturing, and and I am definitely a lot more cautious and ready to bail if I need to at this moment. If we lost 24, I would definitely start closing some of my longs. But being at where this is and the 3 open and close below it, it's in a very precarious spot. and I'm going to lean on just price action on this, mostly for positioning. And as long as we're above that 24,000 area, I'm going to just, like I said, lean just ever so slightly bullish and probably mostly neutral at this point until I see some kind of price action tell me otherwise. Because right now, man, this is like building on a month of just sitting down here. I mean, within what is this? 0.3%, 0.4, 0.5. Like it's literally 0.5% bodies on here. So that is very interesting. And one thing, actually, let's go back to look at this. Look at this shit. 1, 2, 3. We're about to do 3 weekly vol flashes on Ethereum. I don't think I've ever even seen 3 weekly vol flashes on any crypto ever. So this is pretty damn interesting here, implying that there is a gargantuan move coming. You know, we kind of thought it might happen outside. Let's jump back over here. When we were looking at, oh shit, let me get over here to the daily. Where the frick is it? Is it on the futures? Where the hell? Yeah, on the futures. Here it is. Knew it was somewhere. We did get a pretty large move off of this one. I mean, you know, it's 12%, whatever. But when you're starting to print them on weeklies, man, that means we're probably going to be breaching a major trend structure, which is like literally 1,300-ish and 2,000. So that's kind of where I'm looking at, is by the end of the year, either tapping 2K or 13. So it's going to be a fun Christmas, y'all. I'll tell you that. And traditionals still look pretty good. You know, they're hovering, not really getting a lot of momentum to the upside. And so we start breaching some of these 4,500 levels on ES. We start breaching like, you know, 15.3 on NASDAQ. We start breaching 34.7 on the Dow. And if we lost 1850 again on Russell, then we'd have to start getting pretty damn bearish. And I know some people are going to be calling some head and shoulders here. Yeah, that's definitely, you could definitely call it that, most definitely. But you need confirmation of the pattern, which is a full day open and close below the range, which would happen at 1850. So we've got a pretty clear structure here. We just got to hurry up and wait. And that's always the fun part of trading, right? Hurrying up and wait. Just super basic, simple, long-term inflation adjusted sector strength. Now that is a mouthful of a you probably don't like this, but that is a mouthful of some guru, I would call it, or something like that, some financial guru shit. They're like, this is the bunch of buzzwords. And is it super simple? Like, how is this showing any sector strength right now? Like, how does this show me sector strength? Even in back here, is it weak when this little structure went sideways from 2000 to 2006? Like, is this now I don't want to be in housing and I want to buy gold, or I don't want to be in either? Or is it just showing, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, maybe, I guess this would show weakness in the housing market, just considering it happened right before, you know, 08 and 07 or something like that. Maybe that could be used for that. But right now, it's pretty useless. I mean, it's been going sideways for freaking almost a decade, really, for the most part. I mean, we did have a little potential breakout right here, but immediately got rejected back into the middle. So, yeah, I'm curious that, like, do you use this to trade? Are you like, oh shit, right now it's basing on the tops here, I'm gonna go long gold, or I'm gonna go long real estate, or short gold? Do you short gold when it breaks out and then get long real estate? Like I said, I just don't really understand the value of looking at this. Usually when I look at pairs, or something like this, it's because I want to pair trade, like buy one, sell the other one, and I'm looking for the gap to close, or widen, depending on how you're trading it, whatever. But yeah, so I'm not really exactly sure on that one. Like, I wouldn't really know what to do here. You're like, oh, like, what am I going to get out of real estate? It's like, so if this breaches 14, is that time to get the shit out of real estate? It's going to hit the fan. Or, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Anyway, I think that is all. Das ist alles. I don't see no more goddamn tickers. What is AI doing? We'll just jump over there real quick because I'm curious of this C3PO chart. Yeah, it's not too bad. Retesting 24. Okay. Yeah, it's actually higher highs, higher lows. It actually looks pretty good above 24 bucks. Who else? Let's see what Planetaire is doing. I've been wanting to buy some Planetaire. Kind of like it here. But it's like a month of sideways, so no rush on that. I brought that up a couple times on stream. Yeah, this is kind of looking a little distribution pattern right here, so not my favorite. Nvidia, the king of AI, apparently. Oh, look what we're flashing up here. We're getting live vol flashes happening right now on this daily on Nvidia. Uh-oh. Watch out. That's funny. That wasn't flashing earlier when we were talking about it. Nvidia might be getting to the point of contention. Actually, no, it is, because look, just like we said earlier, the trend line's right there, and we're bouncing, ping ponging inside this little magenta candle. Watch out, man. This bitch breaches 420. I think gap fills a happening or a coming or whatever the fuck, whatever. Oracle. Oh man, too bad. Nice little pattern, and it said suck it. Looks like that's earnings based. Really? Off a 0.1% miss? I don't know. What the hell? You just never know how earnings is gonna get interpreted. Down 13%. Absolute brutal. This actually looks pretty shitty below 115 now. I don't really trade Oracle, but if you do, below 115, it looks pretty bad. Nice. Well, it's not very nice. Ouch. Sideways as hell. I guess we can put a box on this. This is another little AI one. Except I have to click the right buttons. It's not working. There we go. Ping pong mode until one of those breaks. And sometimes, dude, range trade's the best. You just have to be able to flip your mind or flip your position quick, or when you're wrong, you got to just know and get out. Like if you bought right here and you're like, okay, it's going to maybe target the middle of range. That's fine. That's perfectly acceptable, reasonable trade. But sometimes, or not sometimes, at some point it will break the range. And when it does, you just have to bail. And if you're on the wrong side, you just have to make sure you get out quick. Because a lot of times, in my experience with range trading, you'll think, and most of the time it does work, right? And you're like, oh, hell yeah. And then it breaches a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm going to wait just a little bit. It'll come back in there. But you never know if that's going to happen. It's best to stick with your rules. You can always buy back in if it comes back in there. When in doubt, there's a good thing that I like to do is if you're questioning and maybe you didn't have a good trade plan and you're starting to react off of emotions and trading, just close the position real quick and you can just reopen it and see if you have the same conviction. Because sometimes when you're just closed and you're out of it, you won't have confirmation bias. And yeah, whatever, it costs you $3 in commissions and maybe a small amount of slippage. So, it's not going to cost that much, but it might just be enough to help clear your mindset a little bit to make sure you're not engaging in trades off of emotion, because that generally does not end well. One thing on Google right here, it kind of looks like it's coming up to the 786 area. Let's pull the fib and see, because this could be a point of, oh, it is. Look at this. Google. This is actually a shorting position from Google right here. Unless it gets over 142. Of course, it has to be 142. But this is actually a shorting position. We mentioned this on ES, and the majors all rallied up to this point before they freaking flipped immediately, pretty much after hanging out here for a few days. So interesting that this is in that same posturing. If you have good profits in Apple, you might want to consider hedging it at least, or selling some calls against it, or whatever you like to do, or just get out if you don't like to trade options. Also, I'm just an idiot on YouTube, or whatever, on TradingView, I guess, and YouTube technically. Whatever, though. So yeah, don't listen to me. What the hell do I know? Alrighty. All right, that's it, guys. Much love. I will see y'all on Friday. It's been real. It's been real fun. Watch these critical zones. We're mostly going sideways on a lot of stuff. Interesting that Google's at the 786. I'm glad I kind of just randomly saw that, because that's a very important extension on Fibonacci retracements. So don't overlook that. And other than that, I think that's all I have for you today. At one point, I do want to do some Planeteer and probably some Blackberry because, on a side note, I do like how this is kind of basing out and above 575. Blackberry starts to get sexy. Does have earnings coming up, though, here soon. So be mindful of that. I'm going to wait until after earnings happens before I do anything because I just don't like to do earnings shit. It's kind of stressful. But anyway, much love, guys. I hope you have an awesome hump day. Thanks for joining and hanging out with all of us. This has been No Noise. I am Z Rex. Peace.